Welcome to Dear Alice, a lifestyle approach to interior design.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dear Alice.
How you guys doing?
So good.
Good.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays are upon
We're
us.
getting there.
We're officially in entertaining season.
I know. Halloween is behind us.
Yes.
Cavities have settled.
Yes.
Yeah, we're so excited.
We are so excited. Where are you guys going for Thanksgiving? Like, are you staying with family? Is family staying with you? What are y'all doing?
I am trying to do something unprecedented for my family.
You're going to deep fry a turkey.
No,
Oh.
I've done that before, actually, sadly.
You're going to put the turkey on your head like Monica from Friends.
Please do that.
I just watched that episode.
If people will come to my home, yes, I will do that. I'm going to tell a little bit of a story because there's some backstory
Yeah,
to this.
please. I love story time with Corey.
My dad's side of the family is all on the East Coast, spread out everywhere, Florida to New York. I had just recently went to a football game with my dad. We're really big Dallas Cowboy fans. We went to Cleveland, and my dad has a brother named Clint. He has cancer right now. He's doing... It was like they gave him a year to live a year ago, but he's doing really good right now. He's been doing treatment, so that's great. And my dad and his brother are really close. His brother is also a Cowboys fan, and we went to this game, and my dad didn't tell him because he was like, didn't want to make him like feel worse because he's like, doing chemo and all of this stuff. And so he was just like, hey, I'm not going to say anything to Clint because I don't want to like rub it in his face type of thing. And we go to the game, had a blast. We're sitting down watching another game afterwards. And he's just like, I see my dad like look at his phone like, what the heck? And he was like, look at this message I got from Clint. And he was just like, hey, that's like really messed up. Like that you like didn't tell me that you and Corey like going to the game. Like that's like
Oh no!
really effed up, bro.
I was hoping you were saying that
exactly
he was
what
at
he
the
said.
game too, and he didn't want to tell you.
No.
Dang it!
So-
I wish that was the case.
Sat down and Clint was right next to you.
Yeah. What happened was like, and I recorded it on my TV. Sure enough, I go back and listen to it. Like I'm on TV, like yeah, you know what I mean. Like so, he like saw me on TV. There 80,000 people.
Oh no!
And they show a handful of people, and I happen to be one of them. And like that's how, yeah. So. What I was like, Dad, you know what? We never do this. Like I'm fine hosting it. And I know I'm breaking our like evergreen rule here, but we do record these a little bit earlier. So I'm not super late to the game. I am trying to get all of my dad's family either here and we host it, or
that's awesome.
maybe like we'll fly out there and I'll rent a home that's like a
Go to
neutral
Clint.
location. Yeah. So we can all be together. The Cowboys play on Thanksgiving every year. So that's what I'm trying to work out now.
So you're going to watch it on TV?
Yes.
Or,
And then I'll just,
Yeah. And then you'll carry Clint on your shoulders and
Yeah.
scream at the TV and have
Yes.
a good
Get the
time.
hats and everything. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
fun. The
The
finger.
which we have never done.
Whatever.
Like it's always like,
That'll be so memorable.
It really will
it
be.
will.
That'll
Yeah.
be really
That'll be very
fun.
cool.
So hopefully it happens.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, ours are going to
What about you guys?
Boring.
Yeah.
Probably going to be at Provo
We're
Grandma's
not going to
house.
tell you now. Ours are dumb.
Don't worry about it. Maybe some turkey in the basement. No, probably just be at my mom's.
Cool.
No, yeah, my mom's like. Let's see, my dad turned 80. Yeah,
Crazy.
he'll be 80 next year. He turned 79, but my mom is 79. So I'm like, I feel like, we'll probably be at my mom's house.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mom's
Fun.
house is awesome, by the way.
I
And the
know.
neighborhood is amazing. Like so
it
cool.
it looks like a holiday movie.
It really
a
does.
set
Yeah.
from a holiday movie.
It really does. Yeah. And like even make it like, the food's better. Her turkey's better than everyone else's. I'm sorry, everyone. Just like,
Yeah. Sorry to your
Always.
mother-in-law who's
Well, if
listening
my
right
plans
now.
fall through, that's where we'll be then.
come on,
No.
bring Clint
Yeah.
on over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delightful. Yeah, I love Thanksgiving.
I do too.
I love food. We don't have to like give gifts yet. Like,
I
it's
kind of
just-
love Thanksgiving and 4th of July. They're just easy holidays, and it's just about togetherness.
Yes.
And you get all the feelings, and we will eat on my grandma's dishes, and I only see
Aw.
them at that time of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just, all of the recipes from all the years and the traditions, and it just feels, and the smells,
There's
just,
not too much pressure.
you wake up
on the
in
holiday,
Thanksgiving
you know?
morning, you can smell the turkey bit cooking already.
Do you have,
It's
Yeah.
do you have
so good.
something that you make?
You know, there's-
Jess has got the green bean.
We always
pretzel,
make
or
this
whatever.
pretzel jello salad.
Mhm.
It's really good. Yeah. You know the one, you
Moms do
guys.
that.
It's pretzels. You break it up on the bottom of the pan. You pour hot butter on it. You bake that. And then when you pull it out of the oven and it's
Cheesy layer.
hot, then you put the cream cheese layer on, which is like cream cheese and sugar, basically.
I have never had this.
And then it gets all melty
should
into
get
the
to Robo
pretzel
Grandma.
layer.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
makes it legit.
And then you put that in the fridge for a little bit while you mix up the jello mixture, and then you put that on top. And it's raspberry jello, but you put all these fresh raspberries in it. So you have this fruit, it's like a dessert, basically. It's like salty but sweet but cream cheesy, and
That sounds like
it's really
right
all
up
you
my
want
alley.
for dessert, but
I
it's
know,
like
I
considered
like-
a salad.
That's awesome.
Well, I do. I'm just like, I
Consider
always
it a
have like
salad in
a small
Utah.
plate. I get a small plate that's not going to make mixed with all the other stuff just for that
Yeah.
while you're serving yourself your main course.
Oh, good.
It's so good.
So good.
Okay, I love that.
Well,
Where are you going to be? Last thing.
I'm gonna be at my mom's house in Richfield, and I'm so grateful because when I moved out to go to college, they were building this new house, and we're like, that doesn't make any sense that they're building this, what seemed like the biggest house in the world to me at the time, compared to, I think I was raised in a home that was 3,500 square feet, or maybe
how many
4,000.
boys shared a room again?
Four brothers shared one bedroom.
Man, when they got, because they were,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were still living at home when you moved out. So
Yeah.
So they probably were like
Taking
own
over
room
the
time.
girls' room. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the girls shared a room. But at one point we had like cousins come to live with us and whatnot. So then there would be like 4 girls in that room. So we all like are half grown, moved out, and my parents decided to build this home. And it's 8,000 square feet. So it's like way bigger than what we grew up in, and plenty of room. And I just have to say, I'm so grateful they did, because now when we go home for the holidays, there's room for all of us and our spouses and our families. And they have this massive, great basement with this big workout area. And everybody likes to wake up and work out together and get sweaty and
That's
tease each
cool.
other. And yeah, it's super fun. And then there's like enough bathrooms and enough bedrooms and big enough closets for the play and pack to fit in.
And it's probably like pretty central because you have like a brother that lives in Vegas.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's cool.
great.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's really great. It's super accommodating. And I just think this time of year, you kind of want to be together as family. I know some of us have to go and stay in hotels or whatever, but we just were thinking about that because we had a listener write in.
Yeah. We got a listener question from Megan. Don't have the last name in front of me, so sorry. But thanks for the question. She asked, I'm a design-obsessed homeowner in Denver planning to finish my basement in the next couple of years. An episode on basements would be amazing. Space planning, choosing finishes, features to include, etc.
Yes. This is such a good question.
Yes.
We live in the West where we do a lot of basements in homes. It's cheap square footage. Am I right, Corey?
Yeah, I mean,
Cheaper.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
I guess it
cheaper.
depends
Like,
on what
you-
you're going to do in the
you finish
basement.
it.
Yeah.
You can like
How do you finish
excavate for 3 years ago. It was like if your footprint was around 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, it'd be like an extra $15,000 just to excavate. And, so you're $15,000, you're getting an extra 1,500 square feet. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
pretty
So,
awesome.
I mean, you'll have to finish it and everything from
Yeah.
there. But,
Mhm. Or even
yeah.
if you choose not to finish it, then you've got a lot of cold storage or storage for all that Christmas stuff or
Yeah.
whatever you need to, and then you can finish it when you're ready, which is a lot, which
Yeah.
is what a lot of normal people do. Because they're like, I'm going to just capture the space right now, and then I'll go back and we'll figure out what we want to do, which is probably what this question is from Megan, because she said that I'm going to be finishing her basement in the next couple of years.
Mhm.
So she's like, okay, what do I do? Right? Like, what's the thing to do in basements? And we have done a lot of basements, and there's a lot of tricks that people are doing residentially today. And we just wanted to go through, we have a list of 6 things
Mhm.
that we've done in basements that have been successful. I think they look beautiful. We're going to be showing you photos of those spaces. And so you can see how some of those turned out. And then, Megan, you can decide if any of these will scratch that itch for you. More than anything, you need to decide how you want to live in that space or what it's going to be used for. I have a little personal note in that when we lived in our house on Alice Lane, we finished, the main part of the home and then had the unfinished basement. And we went back to finish it a few years later. We finished it, but we never actually went down there because it wasn't a part of the rhythm of our day-to-day life. We'd be like, oh yeah, that's right. We have that family room down there, but why would we go down there? Because there's this one up here.
Yeah.
There was a guest room down there, and so the guests could use it. And we did have workout equipment down there. And we had to remind ourselves that we could go work out. But it's, it's like you have to break rhythm to remember to go down there. And so having a purpose or a cause to really want to get that done, which maybe is, I'm going to be hosting Thanksgiving in 2025. I want to get that done, have my people stay with me, and just start entertaining more and being more hospitable. Or maybe you guys have hobbies, or maybe your kids are they're going to be teenagers and they want their own lair and they want to be able to entertain. You want to be able to have that football team come over and whatever. But I think if you kind of think about how you want this to play out for your family, you'll be able to finish the basement in the best way to accommodate what you want. You don't just have to put a movie theater down there because people put movie theaters in their basement. That probably goes without saying, but I just thought I'd set the table on that.
I love that.
Yeah. So anyway, we thought it'd be a good idea to get into a full episode on basements. I don't know if we've ever done one. So
no, I mean, we've talked about basements here and there, like throughout episodes, but never, I don't know how we missed that. Never an entire episode.
Yeah. So thanks to Megan.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any ideas for upcoming episodes, always feel free to send those to Dear Alice at alicelanehome.com. We would love to hear any of your ideas or help answer those questions on an episode.
I was going to say for Megan, like this is a really fun question for like this day and age right now. Because as we've done this for 16, 17, whatever, how many years we've been doing this, there's been different trends of different things that have like hit the bill for that very moment. Like this last year, cold plunge and saunas, like everybody had them. True. Our parade of homes, like everyone had a cold plunge and sauna. And so you're just like, and if you didn't, like you were like not cool. Anyway, so, but like, would you do a cold plunge and sauna in yours as far as like personally?
No, I would not.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So again, just like there's a lot of different options that we're going to go through. And you can kind of just figure out what's the best thing for you. But we've seen enough of these like go around to be like, all right, let's lay it all out here. And then like, just the world is your oyster.
I kind of think of really like fun. A basement. I currently don't have one. But that's kind of what Mari and I have thought like we're missing.
Yeah.
And it's because we've been living in our home and it's like, these are the things we wish we had. And like, that's what I feel like a basement is it's like the
bonus areas.
Yeah. The bonus areas.
Yep.
So
totally. Okay, well, let's get into it. I think the biggest thing for most of these basements that we have done is that there's usually some type of like common area, like, and we're calling it more of like a media room or a media area that can serve a lot of different functions. It can be you can actually have like a large, like versus like a theater. Like that's where you're going to have like your large screen TV. That's where like people are going to go and be around each other. Your game tables will likely be in that same media area. So again, it's the great room for the basement.
Yes.
I think is like a really good starting point to like figure out how much square footage do you want to allot to that, and then figure out all your other functions in the other rooms, right?
Yeah.
So
I think another great thing about finishing basements today is with technology. We have seen TVs get so big that you don't have to do a theater.
Yeah.
Because the screens are so large. So we've seen those names get changed on floor plans from architects from theaters to media rooms. And then they're just installing the biggest TV they can get their hands on. Or if you're like Corey and you love vinyl and old record players, then maybe the projector and the screen is really romantic to you and you still want that. So determine how you want to watch that TV. But I think for some women, if they're home with the kids and they don't know how to use the projector and the whole thing might be a big process, I don't know. At least for me, that seems really intimidating. I would rather turn on a TV for my kids and have them watch Scooby-Doo or whatever they're going to watch down there.
Any movie theater, like home movie theater that I've gone to, there's always like, this is like isn't working. How do we connect the projector to because there's no sound coming out? And then it was like, hey, go flip the breaker. I know. No sound yet.
Plug in the router. It's not
always,
connecting.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something.
It's like the IT guy has to be home if you want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And so the media room just seems so much easier, and like the kids could probably help themselves down there.
Yeah.
So I do think that's one nice new advancement that we've seen in just, I would say, the last couple of years.
Yeah. And I think when I think about like how you guys use your family uses your parents' basement and like we've done other siblings of your homes and we've kind of mastered it after this same kind of thing, is that like you guys all want to be together, but you don't want to be in a dark room. So you want to be watching something, like just have that noise. You're watching the game, you're watching whatever. But then like some people are just like working out, lifting weights back here. Some people are over here at this like card table playing nerds. I don't know, and like there's just lots of different things, but you can still all be together. There's a kitchenette close by so you can have snacks. So it kind of like brings everything together.
Yeah.
Like in one little space.
And depending on the size of your basement, I think that is like the one thing to make sure that you accomplish, right?
Yeah.
Is like this multi-purpose room. I'm just kidding.
Multi-purpose room.
Remember what they called it that?
Yes.
But really a space that will allow you to do all the things you want to do and the togetherness continues. Yeah.
And like usually in media rooms, like where that's going on, we actually recently, it's not built yet, but I have the plans actually sitting right in front of me. We were just kind of space planning, figure out what we wanted this basement to be. And again, they have kind of this theater room like carved out, and it does have tiers, but it didn't get closed off. We kept it open to the game area so people could be playing pool.
That's
game
rad.
is still on. So it kind of is this hybrid of both, right? You still get whatever TV experience you're looking for, be it the large TV or the projector. But then you also have, this cool fireplace, and then you have a pool table and a ping pong table, and it's just like party barge. It's a party zone in that area, to just like whether you like need to lay down with the baby or whether I want to like play some billiards, like you have everything, which is really, really fun. And I think like if I were going to like finish out my basement the way I want to, I think I would do something like that just so like everybody could be a part of everything.
Totally.
So 100%. I love the media room. I think that's really great. We have a few different examples. I would say Rachel Parcells' basement is the most recent basement that we've installed. And I feel like her media room is kind of open. She does have a designated theater, but her media room I still would like classify as just like where the TV is. You have the gym, like it's all glassed in. So you can just go down there and just do that, but it's still open to everything so you can see everybody, which is so, so great. There was multiple seating like arrangements in there where we had like, and actually you have the sofa, the family room area. You have this family room area with this, I want to say it was like, they're like a 90-inch TV. It was big. Anyway, so you have like a really comfortable sectional that like you can sit down, have a conversation, watch something, and directly behind it, you have this other area that has like 4 club chairs for just like a really great conversation. And you can see there's also like a workout area that's glassed in. So I really liked how they did this. So like your treadmill is not like next to your swivels.
Yeah.
I like that.
The separation just felt really like chic and hotel-like.
I loved it.
I did too.
Yeah. So you could still be working, but you could like see what's happening on TV. You could see your kids like running in and out, but you don't have to hear them.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, you have a lot of these like just common areas to just gather, but still have a designated like function of each of these, which is great. Also included was a full kitchen. You can
full
do this.
kitchen.
A full ass kitchen.
We'd be happy with the kitchenette, but we have ourselves a full
Just
working
with a
kitchen,
slab, backsplash
island.
If you
just
can,
the
you might as
works.
well, you know.
If you can, I know.
It's nicer than most of our
Available
kitchens
to-
at home.
It definitely is
For
nicer
sure.
than mine.
Beautiful.
But it's so, so pretty. And like, again, this is where like Super Bowl, like they can host so many people down here. So yeah, kitchenette would be great. Full kitchen, better. Do you.
Yeah. Game table in another pocket down there.
But yeah, still open. So you can still hear
This
like
is the request of the husband, which I think, this is sort of a dream space. So getting what he wants to do or how he'll use the space, how the kids would use the space, like really considering it because that square footage could be anything. And I think it should be an experience down there. So color.
Pool is so much fun.
It really is. Especially because it's not like
Love it.
everyone's just is
No one's a novice.
Yeah,
Like, we're all novice.
Everyone's
right?
just like, okay at it. There's no one bringing their own cue and you know what I mean, chalk. Yeah, it's just
I know.
yeah. That's
you
why I
know that
love
game
pool.
like 3 Facts and a Lie, whatever. Anyway, that's like one of mine that I always put in there. I'm like, I took 3 semesters of billiards. Actual fact.
For
Really?
real?
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
You're good at it. It's
Crazy.
a talent.
Yeah.
I was good
you-
at it. I
It's
was
your sport.
decent. It was my sport.
That's amazing.
Guys, you all just played 3 Facts and a Lie with Sue
I know.
Hall.
So when I see a pool table, I'm like, yeah, shoot, I want a pool table. It's so much fun.
So
That's
much
awesome.
fun.
Okay.
I love that.
All right. Okay. Next on our thing is
Well,
we talked.
Should we
go
talk
ahead.
more about more theaters that we've done? Because
Oh,
we have
yes,
that really
we
great
have some
one.
beautiful ones. Let's
Yeah.
talk about theaters. I will. Okay. And I think everybody, like, if you are a theater person, you are a theater person. If you are not, you are not. Like,
Another
I think there's a
3
big chasm.
Another 3
between the
Facts and a
two.
Lie. Suzanne Hall is a theater person.
Mhm.
I think you've heard me. I give her so much crap. She has the movie from the movie
Megaplex.
Megaplex tumblers that she takes.
Which are how many? Like 64-ounce ones?
That's so much.
Yeah.
You're gonna wet your
It's like-
pants before
it's
you
like
get through
the
it.
size-
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to leave the theater.
I get
And you
refills
have-
every time.
and you have
You go get a refill while you're at the movie.
100% I do.
Do you have
Extra ice.
a reusable
Extra.
popcorn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of
It-
course. And the kids know when we go to a movie, go get the supplies, everyone. Go get the tumblers.
How
And
many
the movie bucket.
tumblers do you have, pray tell?
So many. I have enough for you and Adam to come and also enjoy a refillable drink and a
Is
tumbler.
Is it purple by
64 ounces
chance?
of your favorite
Is it
band.
purple?
They're
What?
black. I think
they're
they're
black.
now.
So you've
Plastic
got-
up.
Yeah. So do you get the lids too, or do
You
you?
have to.
Okay.
And reason being,
Yeah. Tell us.
every time I go to the theater now, I send them pictures of just like the tumbler next to my 2-year-old, which is like the size of his torso. Like it is literally like it's so big.
Mhm.
But this hard plastic tumbler with a big giant lid, it can't spill.
Mm.
Can you imagine him? Any of my children with
Do your kids need a refill, or is the one
that's
huge
true.
tumbler
No.
enough pop for them?
Oh yeah,
They're
you
fine.
guys everyone has their own.
Everyone has their own.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're just
Susan's
That's
all
great.
in.
Yeah.
abundance.
I
You-
just wanted
you do need a
everybody
theater.
listening.
You are the type of person that needs a theater.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
because it's so fun. I love going to the movies. Like, raise your hand if you're listening to this and you love going to the movies.
Mm.
Raise your hands if you have a Megaplex tumbler.
I'm gonna and then when you build
I'm
that
gonna
out
invite
and,
you
and
to
you do that, and
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
go to a matinee.
we need to do that actually.
Let's
Yeah,
go
I've
to a
been in the
matinee,
movie
and I'm
forever.
gonna bring
So,
tumblers for you.
If you watch a movie in your basement,
Yeah.
do you get all of the accoutrements, and
No, we
do you
don't.
just fill up your own tumbler at home in your sink, or do you don't?
I don't do any
You
of
just
that.
watch a
I just
movie.
watch a
Do you
movie.
pop popcorn in the
Actually,
microwave?
Nolan he's 100% my son. He's just, he wants to get the popcorn, put it in the popcorn bowl like me. He's just like, Mom, we need to melt. It's so inconvenient when you're not being served at a movie theater. He's just like, no, we need to melt butter. I need just a little pinch of salt, extra salt, and just he's like, we should have hot cocoa. Do you want hot cocoa or do you want cider?
He's gonna be an amazing
he's
host.
so fun.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so fun to do these things.
I love it.
Anyway, at the tumbler, because before said tumblers, there was a lot of spills and a lot of Sprite all over Mama's lap. So
Yeah.
the tumbler became necessary.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm the matinee. I'm gonna bring Louis with me too, just so you can feel that energy.
I can't wait.
Yep,
Now you can't live without it.
I can't.
All the tumbler, yeah.
You guys,
It's
if
great.
you're gonna do the movies, do it. So sorry for that long
Well,
tangent, but
no.
it's just
Amazing.
important.
All to say,
I-
if you guys were with Suzanne on that journey just now, then you are a theater person and you deserve to have a theater.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might just want a media room, just like a family room with a monster TV to have the friends come
Yeah.
over and watch the Super Bowl, or turn on a movie for the kids and they have a semi experience. Or you can be fully enveloped in the theater experience, and you know if you need one and you know if you don't. And so we're going to show you some theaters that we've done that we think are great. Speaking of
Yes.
Rach Parcell, while we're in that pocket,
That one is great.
we're going to show you just a
Good.
few images of how that one turned out. The theme here was kind of like Art Deco, French Deco, because she's got a real beautiful European home. Well, I'm just going to. So we've got some really beautiful sort of fretwork on the walls, finish work.
The finished work, and that was outlined in the gold just to kind of trace that, because when you go into a theater, you're going to have it be, again, that color drench, right? You're going to have some saturation of just that same color happening on the walls as to the ceiling, talking to the same tones as in the floor. And you want it to be deep and dark, just for the actual viewing pleasures, right?
Mhm.
And so, yeah, and hers, we had, she loves the antelope from Stark, that carpet. So we did that in a darker color than what we did upstairs. So that was a no-brainer for her. We have the interesting fretwork, and it just became theatrical. Again, you think about going to the movie when theaters started to come on the scene. This is what it was. As far as just some of those motifs and geometry, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And so anyway, just being a little dramatic. I think that's what's fun about a theater. If you're into it, is you can be a little bit more theatrical.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It should be an experience.
Yeah, it should be an
Yeah.
experience. It doesn't mean that you have to if printing pictures of your favorite movies and laminating those up in a frame and putting those on your walls. I feel like that's what everybody did at the very beginning of theaters, and it became super kitschy. And anyway, just don't
Yeah.
do that. I would say just don't do that. But
I'm
do
gonna do-
something more
If
interesting.
I ever have a theater room, I'm going to do that, except I'm going to Photoshop in my face on all of the
Ooh,
things.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
totally.
Cool idea,
Amen.
Corey.
do. Yeah.
I know. I think the fun thing about Rachel's though is, and this is interesting as well, is that there's some theaters where you have like all the recliners, and you have like some people are like, I want the cup for like the theater, and like I want to recline and all these things. And usually there will be like one row with like 2, 3, 4 of those in most theaters. But a lot of times we're just like, people just want a mega like extra long limousine of a sofa to just like lounge on and puppy pile with their people and cuddle with a blanket.
I was gonna say that, yeah, cuddling.
And I think it's just so lovely. Like that's how I'd want. I think that's how I'd want a theater.
That
It's, like,
fabric
really
on that.
Not pretty.
yeah, so beautiful.
Yeah.
This is another dark theater that we've done. This has been done
This
for
is French
probably
Modern
a
Manor.
decade. Yeah.
Yeah, this was
10 years ago, but really chic. There's big, long
beautiful.
sofas, big ottomans to put your feet up,
Yeah.
but you can really put a lot of little bums or big bums, whatever size
Yeah.
bums on that
All the
sofa.
size bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this theater.
Really
That was
pretty.
so beautiful.
Another theater.
Ugh.
This one is so special.
Guys.
We just barely showed this a few months ago on our Instagram. I love this theater the
know.
most, I feel like.
You guys, the
We shouldn't
directive
have
from the
favorites,
client,
but
the directive from our client, which is like a dear friend of ours, is she's just like, I just want it to be fun. The whole basement was kind of like fashioned after Shibuya Crossing, and just like her love
in
for
Japan.
Tokyo,
Yeah.
for Tokyo. And she was just like, in the theater, I just want it to be happy. I don't want anyone getting pregnant in there. You know, like, don't make it too serious. You know, so this is
Door
where we
open in
landed.
there.
I know. I see you.
So
I'm gonna change the
good.
light bulbs coming down. But yeah, here we did do like and this is again kind of the formula for most theaters, where we have like, she had a big long sofa at the back. She had recliners, because some like men, they don't like, and men, some women too, they don't like to like sit next to each other. They'd rather have their own chair. And so that's where like the recliners come in. So you know who you are. So you sit there, and then you just have like the love sacks and things for like the kids to just like lounge on and flop
Jump.
on.
Yeah,
Mhm,
jump from one
and do
tier to
things.
the next.
Exactly. So it's just kind of like there's a seat for everybody in a good theater, I think.
Yeah. Agreed.
Really
And
great.
go big personality, or really
Exactly.
sophisticated, but make it
Yes.
interesting.
I love it.
This was one more theater, Barbie Dream.
Yeah, Barbie Dream House in the basement, which hers was a fun basement in general, just because of like the different. She had the lounge, she had a really fabulous kitchenette, but she had this theater that she just wanted it to be really cozy. So we had like again the sofas with the, it kind of becomes like these, everyone gets a chaise when you have those big ottomans. So again, just a big place to puppy pile with your people.
It looks like most of these are probably underneath a garage or something like that.
Enclosed,
can't
really
tear down.
quiet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No windows, of course.
Have you
Concrete.
ever done one with windows, and how are you like treating that? Just like blackout drapes?
We did do one on Lover's Lane, our Dallas project, and that was like on a second level, and so there was one window, but we had blackouts,
Okay.
Mhm.
shades that went down, and we floated like some floating shelves in front of it for like theater snacks and things. But yeah, there's ways to treat it. So
I was
if
just,
you're a pure, I know, but if you're a purist and you don't want any glare, like for sure don't do windows. But if it's an afterthought and it's a space you're converting, then yeah, just blackouts. It's
Cool.
great. But theaters are so fun if you love a theater. So
Mhm.
awesome.
Next is the game room or the entertainment table.
Oh gosh, I think
Game/entertainment table.
I know. I will say this kind of goes back to the billiard. This is one from our one of our portfolio projects. Just trying to remember the Fruit
Heights
The
Lounge.
Heights Lounge. Thank you. Anyway, this was again, they had like a lounge, and then they wanted a pool table, and they wanted a dining table, but also for kind of like playing table games, puzzles, poker, whatever it is. So it kind of again how to satisfy all these things. But like if you love these games, and if you think like your teenagers, if you're building this for like them, like figure out if they want a ping pong table, if they want a shuffleboard table, if they want a pool table, because that's what the stuff we're asking our clients is space plan for these games. So anyway, I think it's so much fun, because like rarely are you going to put a pool table in your library upstairs. You're not putting those things on the primary living spaces. Like it's going down in these bonus areas. So again, if you have the space, just figure out what you want. Because even with pool tables, you have to have depending on the size of the pool table, you have to have a 6 foot diameter to like pull back
around
the
the pool
cube.
table.
Around. Yeah.
Yeah,
So really you
exactly.
have to make sure you have the space for it, but it's fun if you do. And if you don't have that room, you just have to like pull ping pong tables. You just have to have it on like one and the other. Anyway, so depending on the table.
Yeah, you
Depends
need
on
a
the
lot
amount
of
of
white
space.
space around it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where are you going for pool tables, ping pong tables? So do you have any like resource? I'm sorry, this is not
I
on
know
the.
this is improv.
Yeah, it's improv.
Okay. I think we've gone to a few different places. We're just always trying to find something. Honestly, we found them on Etsy. We found them on First Dibs. We found them like, I think like some of the more prestigious ones, like we found in some crazy places.
Because
And they can
everyone
get
that
pricey.
everyone
You
that
can
I've ever seen, like
spend
the
so much money
So much
on
money.
pool tables, limited edition ones in Alpine, that
Yeah.
great big 40,000 square foot home.
Yeah.
Like everything had to be special, unique, pinstriped. Like you can throw down. We did, I feel like in Coastal Contemporary, there's a really good looking one with a leather net that's perforated with
yeah.
square holes.
Yes.
And that was really beautiful. I'm
That's so
trying to
pretty.
remember.
I feel
That's
like we
been a
always see 'em when
decade.
we go to market, there's usually like crossover between like dining tables that become
I
ping
do
pong
feel like
tables
if you're
that are
going to do
custom painted
it, and y'all are a lot of you are designers
Yeah.
that listen or you love design, like
Yeah.
make it really special.
yeah,
Get one that's
not just like
unique.
the green felty
Not
one.
gonna
Yeah, no, you're not going to get this at the sports store down the at Shields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or I don't know. You're not
Go
going
for
to.
a-
double as
yeah.
the pool table and the ping
Yeah.
pong table and just flip the top.
Well, I'm like, you don't want one that folds up and and wheels
They
out.
never last anyway. They always
No.
start like
No.
and
Yeah.
they come
You're
on
playing around the
level.
world.
You want one
Not
that
a
is just like a
chance. Yeah.
permanent installation. It's
Yeah.
good looking and you're proud of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
so you're
that's
gonna find
another
some
theater.
really, really special ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one again. This is from our Heights Lounge as well, but again, same kind of formula where we had like the individual recliners in the back row. This one had a mega sectional too, and it was just so fun. But it was open. You see how this is like that entrance to this
To the
kitchen right
kitchenette behind
here.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna show both these on the
That's
YouTube.
awesome though, because you're like, hey, no food down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you still tear down. So it's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing as like that new plan that we're
That's cool.
working on too, where it's still a theater, which I actually I could be down for that as a theater lover, like
Mm-hmm.
having that, but still not having FOMO that I'm missing out on what's happening.
Yeah.
Over
Sue gets
yonder.
FOMO. She
Really
wants
bad. I actually
everybody
don't
there.
sleep because
Bro-
I don't like to miss out on things.
Also, at
Oh.
every like Super Bowl party though, there's like the people that actually want to watch the game, and the people that kind of want to like do this stuff, but then see
All the women.
Yeah,
We don't want to watch the game.
yeah.
I want to.
mean,
I want to watch the commercials.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, hey, funny commercial, or
Yeah.
just scored a touchdown. So
Yeah.
that,
And I'm there
that's
for
yeah,
the food,
exactly.
So-
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Super
Yeah.
Bowl's just like a big party.
What?
Remember this last one? Like Cascade was playing, and like it was the whole thing was just super fun,
Guys.
even for girls that don't care about football.
yeah. yeah.
I loved the
I
Super Bowl.
That was
love the
awesome.
Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Guys, Kendrick Lamar is doing this.
I know.
Super Bowl.
I just heard that this last
I
weekend.
watched
That's
a doc on him yesterday because I'm like, I don't know enough about this guy, and I need to prep myself
I love
for the
that.
festivities for halftime.
He's dope, huh?
I don't
Yeah.
know who's playing, but
You got like four.
excited
You
for
got like
halftime.
a few months.
Okay,
You're gonna
yes, I do.
you're gonna be good.
Guys,
hopefully the
Other
Cowboys.
things you can do in a basement are the gym or the workout room, right?
Yes.
We talked about that, about how cold plunge sauna massage rooms is
Yes.
another ask that we've had from clients. I do think so many people are into fitness and health, and you've got all sorts of things. You've got, what's that new machine with the resistance, the pulleys,
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the
Tonal.
tonal.
Yeah.
You've got that. I know
The
Lululemon
Lululemon one.
has a mirror that
Mhm.
we've asked to have incorporated. You've got a series of machines,
The
a
stretching
cage
and
with
the yoga mats and
weights,
stuff, just like space.
the
to, like, do all
Peloton
that.
bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
The
so
rowers.
yeah,
All
and
of
I have
these.
to say
Right.
there are some of the best looking exercise mats I've ever seen in my life.
Good.
They look like terrazzo.
Yeah.
They're made from recycled Nike shoes.
They're amazing.
I was looking
From
in the
who?
design
Amazing.
center.
Okay, no.
Who makes them? We got to tell the people. If
I'll
you're
put- I'll
doing
put
a gym,
clip on them. We're gonna put a picture of them right now because like they're so. Rad.
I've never seen a better looking. And I feel like
I
one of
haven't
the
had
things
one
when you're
person say
doing
yes to them yet, though. I
oh,
think like
really?
yeah, I have one.
These guys will. This audience will.
I know. I
They
have
wanna
one
do
in
it.
Boston where they're doing like the really small one, which will be really rad. But it's a higher price point. But if you're into workout,
Megan, you got to do
Megan.
these if you're doing a workout room. Yeah.
they're so cool.
Think how fun, because we always start from the ground
I love
up.
work out.
If you had this ground, imagine what that gym could
I
look like.
know.
Yeah, it'd be so
Jeez
fun.
Louise. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Good times. The sports court. This has been a
Welcome to Utah. Welcome to the Wild Wild West.
yes, this is a second basement below the basement, generally in a sports court,
So
right?
it's like, yeah.
Because
like
you have
extra,
to
extra
have-
excavated.
You have to have it super high for basketball.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know why they're so crazy how, but it's legitimately like a second, like a
26 foot
second,
kind
like
of thing.
12 foot underneath the basement.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got a 24
I think it's
foot.
26. Yeah. Yeah. It's tall.
It's like around 25.
And
yeah.
if you're from Utah or not, you can clown on us. There's always an observation window from the first basement so that you can watch the basketball happening down there. And usually it's full of kids outdoor
Scooters,
Jeeps, and
Yeah.
so that in the winter they can ride around and have a good time and get crazy down there. Or
get their
when
wiggles
you're
out.
a high school kid, then you can practice and get good at
There's
it.
climbing walls, there's foam pits, there's bowling alleys, there's
Mini
so many
ramps.
things with these like extra.
Oh, for the skateboarder.
Yeah.
Yeah, pipes,
I've,
yeah.
I've seen a couple
Mhm.
in some homes. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So again,
Ping
if you want to
pong.
be extra,
You could do a net for pickleball.
pickleball.
for pickleball, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Golf simulators.
Oh, we
do
have
that
seen a
now,
golf
yeah.
simulator.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are doing that a lot. Like just kind of creating these. Like we're doing one here in Orem for a remodel, and he wants like his whole office to be like sharing a wall with a golf simulator, so he can have like
Fun.
business people there, and like again, especially like during the winter where they can't go golfing necessarily, they can just come and swing some, in the basement. So
yeah.
anyway, so yeah, we're doing a lot of golf simulators right now.
Yeah.
which is
Speaking
really
of
fun.
sharing a wall, we have a girlfriend that just finished a home, and they have her husband's office is downstairs, and it shares a glass wall with like a 25 car garage, so he can be working and looking at all of his horses out there
That's cool.
in
Yeah.
the garage. So if you're a car collector, that could be a lot of fun too, to be able to get extra room for
It's
your
like a
collection.
Bat cave down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% the entrance is a bat cave.
Yeah, it is. It's like
100%.
Batman.
That's rad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild.
That was my
It
dream
is
when I was
wild.
6.
Or if you're normal, like the rest of us, guest rooms for
Yeah.
downstairs.
Yes.
So your guests can be on another level. I know one of the things my folks like about having all of this extra space for us kids to come home is that there's furnaces and cooling on different levels, and they really only have to turn on the heat or AC on those levels when we come home.
That's nice.
So
Super smart.
so they really just have to heat and cool the main level where they are. So that's a thing too.
I'll say this as like a 5B.
Yeah.
If I were building a home right now, I would, and doing a basement, I would think about maybe like an apartment, something with its own entrance, if not a full kitchen,
Yeah.
Maybe in between a kitchenette and in
Totally.
a kitchen. I'm just kind of thinking to the future of like, like right now, like rents are insane. I know a lot of people who are like living in their parents' basements because of that reason. So it's like, yeah, that might be nice to have. And then in the meantime, maybe you rent it out. Honestly, in my Orem home, we had a basement with its own, like,
Entrance.
it was an accessory apartment, and my best friend's dad lived there, and I loved it. It was awesome.
That's cool.
His name's Rick Mormon. I called him the RM. I was like, RM. I just like, yeah. And he like loved Grady, and it was honestly
Oh,
like a
that's
magical
cool.
time in our lives, and he was a part of it. And so
That's cool.
I loved doing that. I don't know if I would like love a stranger being there. That might be someone's thing, but it was great.
Extra income
Yeah. And that,
if you're not using it.
and it was like, hey, Rick, like we're out of town. Like this is
Turn off the
happening. Yeah,
sprinklers.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that was always really nice.
It's like having a fairy godmother.
Yeah.
I
It's
know.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I agree. We've
Water the tomatoes.
our builder talked us into finishing all the space underneath our garage. So underneath the cement slab, it's a 3-car garage. Underneath that, we have a basement down there that we left unfinished, but finished the rest of the basement. And we plumbed it for an additional kitchen and bathroom and family room. And then we have a guest bedroom that could tie into that, and we could wall it off. So if we did need a child to come live with us with their family or whatever, or if the future owners of our home, if we ever sell it, want to do that, they've got that option. And I do feel like for some reason my neighborhood's very popular for having married kids live under their parents' homes. And it's a really nice option while they're trying to launch into a first job or something like that. And it's just a
Perhaps.
really nice flex space. So I'm glad we did it. I mean, it's been 10 years, and that mostly is full of Christmas and really embarrassing home decor. But I'm glad I have my furniture graveyard. Yeah. So if anybody wants to come over and shop that, I'd love for it to be emptied out at some point. We'll open.
We should do an online
Yeah,
the
auction.
auction.
Thing. Yeah.
Oh no, we don't want to spend that much time. We just come over live and just
Okay.
pillage the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good to
but
know.
I do think it's nice to have a little bit of storage,
Yeah.
So you have an awesome storage room down there. So
Do.
yeah, I would say make sure and leave space for that if you don't have a
It's
good
so
place for
nice.
your Christmas tree, or I don't know, there's always something that you need.
Just like the backstock of just like wanting to have like extra food, like, it's winter, like we can just stock. We just get extra stuff every time we go to the grocery store, and you just put it down in the
Susan's is
extended
so
pantry.
organized. I feel jealous of her storage
when you
room.
go
There's
to
just a lot of Costco shelves just lined up.
Exactly.
And it's awesome.
Like when you go to Costco, it's like, where do I store 96 rolls of toilet paper? Okay.
Yeah. No,
it's
truly, we
super
don't.
nice.
Nobody has a hall closet that big.
Yeah.
So I think storage is a really great idea. Yeah.
Less.
Yes. Well, guys,
Is that
those
it?
are
Did we do it?
those are all of the things that
Great.
we've done in basements. I think you have to figure out what works for you. Is there any other space planning ideas that we needed to make sure and say?
I will say, again, I'm just like staring at this one. This was a very large footprint of a house. And so as I look, we did several different space plans of just different ways that she could utilize the space. And she's like, well, we should put a bunk room. We should do a bunk room down there, like for all the children, And so we drew it up and like signed everything. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I think you'd be better like allotted to use that space for an exercise room and the sauna and the cold plunge. I just think it would be like, she's trying to sell this house also.
She's building
it to
an
sell.
amazing spec
Incredible.
home for, it'll probably be like a $9 million spec home, and it's in a really prestigious area. And we think probably a jazz basketball player will buy it when she's done.
Yeah.
And we're like, of course an athlete's going to buy this.
want this
He's going to
exercise
want,
room.
yeah.
He doesn't need a bunk room.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to like watch how this space of just like the bunk bath and the bunk room was reallocated to be the gym and the sauna, cold plunge, and like everything actually like worked out really beautiful when we did the transition. So again, just the flexibility of knowing that, also like cold storage versus like a wine room or wine cellar. Like we do those a lot in most homes, and like obviously the basement's a great space to put that if you're a wine collector. And you want a tasting room. I think that's a beautiful thing, depending on how you live and how you want to entertain. So I think that was really great. Again, guest rooms. This basement, I think, has like everything that you could ever wish for. Has that kind of media room, open to a theater, the kitchenette, the bar, everything. So just kind of, what are your habits? What does your future life look like with the basement? And just like figure out those zones, and then just prioritize what's the most important thing.
Yeah. And I think we've built with a builder in Dallas a couple of times, and he talks a lot about memory points that make people remember a house. And you do certain things so that a home really shows up in a different way in people's minds when they're comparing it to another home. And so I think this is important in design, but I also think if you're building these spaces to be memorable and to have memories with your family, that you create this space that's fun, that is going to bring the family together, and you can make memories, which will be memory points, So really think about what your lifestyle is, what your kids are going to love, what's going to draw them home and draw them in as you guys are getting into these holiday months. You'll kind of see how people sleep and where they go and how they migrate. And it might also inform some of your decisions on how you want to use a basement when you're going to be finishing.
I would say
out.
I would say this too. While like probably specifically to Megan too, like while the nothing has drywall on it, insulate that ceiling.
Sure.
Especially if you're going to do like a media room, or people are going to be like
Soundproof.
yelling and
Yes.
Or if it's going to be an accessory apartment, do that.
Such
The
great
person
advice.
you're renting to will thank you, and you
you'll
will
be
too. Then you don't have to
grateful.
hear them,
No.
So
Especially above that kitchen, it's so loud.
yeah,
The hardwood floors or whatever, clicking back and forth. Yeah,
exactly.
that's great
Yes.
advice.
So
yeah,
smart.
thanks for throwing that
of
in.
course.
So
Awesome.
smart.
Well, thanks for listening, you guys. I wanted to mention that if you haven't joined our Insiders program, you need to. It's completely free, and it's the first place we announce all of the new products, all the earliest drops. You're also going to get early access to our sales and so much more. And you can sign up on our website at alicelanehome.com. So make sure and do that, and we'll catch you next time. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating.